welcome to an episode of Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, hope everything's going great for you. It's going great for us. There's so many fun things coming up and going on and things to do. Wow, if you think there's nothing to do around here, you're completely wrong. There is so much going on every day, all the time. But let's start out with one of my favorite things, the Sedona Film Festival. That's right, it's time for that again. This year it's the 25th annual. Can you believe it? Wait a minute, how many have you been to? Well, you need to get working on that because they're amazing. You've got to go. So with us today, we're going to have the Executive Director, Patrick Schweiss. He's amazing. He's going to be here to talk about all the things. You won't believe it. 9 days, more than 160 films. It's just, wow. It's everything you could ever want in a film festival. And it happens in Sedona every year. So why go anywhere else? So we'll talk about that. Then we'll talk about the Cottonwood Public Library's community meeting place where they have all kinds of different programs that you have never heard of, didn't know about, neat things. I'm not even going to get into the list because it's so cool. You're going to be so excited. We're going to talk with Ryan Bigelow. He is super awesome, doing great work over at the library there, and he's going to tell us all about those kind of underground programs they got going on, neat things to get involved with. Then we'll talk with Cottonwood Toastmasters. We have with us the president, Dr. Cheryl Kasdorf. Now, she's amazing. She's going to tell us all about Toastmasters and the one that happens in Cottonwood, and they've got an open house coming. Toastmasters is a great thing, and it's not all about just doing toasts and things. Talking and being able to communicate with people and holding yourself well in public is something everybody of every position, every job, every age needs. So that's something you're going to want to listen about too. Then we'll go on location, courtesy of our sponsors at Cat and Verde Links, to the Verde Valley Archaeology Center in Camp Verde. We'll talk with Executive Director Zoll. They have a wonderful new exhibit, the Yavapai-Apache exhibit, and it's about darn time because, hey, you know, our closest tribe here. Finally, a really nice exhibit about that. And of course, they have this ever-evolving art gallery. Bet you didn't know that about the museum. Really cool. We'll talk about that too. And then we'll finish out our show today with wonderful, wonderful young lady. We're going to have music from Little Panda. She's back on the show. It's been a couple of years. She's really grown and wonderful things are happening for her. So I'm excited to have her back. But hey, let's get started. Sedona Film Festival, Patrick Schweiss. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Jennifer. So glad to have you. So glad to be back, actually.
I know.
25 years. We're turning 25 years old.
My gosh.
I know. It's very exciting. From our humble beginnings in the mid-90s, when we were a 2.5-day festival and probably showed about 18 films, to now over 160 films, 9 days. It's just incredible how we've expanded.
That is quite something. Yeah. 2 days
really
to 9 days, and picking 9 days worth of films, 160
films, and they were very competitive this year. We had a really good crop to pick from. I venture to say, and I know I say this every year, but I think it's our best festival lineup ever, and we always strive to have that. You always want to get better every year and year and year. And we've got the world's greatest films from around the world in our World Cinema Showcase, probably the best documentaries we've ever had, and of course short films, probably 60 or 70 short films as well. It's just a really wonderful experience. A lot of filmmakers are coming to town, celebrity friends, different people who have honored us with their presence over the last 25 years are coming back to help celebrate with us. So we're really excited about the whole program.
Oh my gosh, which is nothing new.
No, nothing new. I'm excited anyway.
But you have really good reason to be excited.
We do.
You know, you work on this all year long. And it's not just a film festival, it's a gala event.
It is.
It's more than just, oh, you can get a ticket and go see a film. I love that we get to meet and speak with and listen to the filmmakers, the screenwriters.
That's the favorite part about our festival. I mean, it's no question that people love to go to see a movie, and there's nothing like experiencing a movie the way it's meant to be seen, in a theater, in a communal experience, a gathering, rather than on your devices and things. But when you add the component of a filmmaker or one of the actors or actresses from the film being there to take you kind of behind the scenes and behind the camera, it really adds that extra component of wonder. And that's the beauty of a film festival. And discovering things. We're showing films that people have oftentimes never heard of, and some of these films will not be seen in the multiplex theaters. This is their only chance to be seen is during a film festival. And so it's really exciting for us. It's exciting for us to launch the next generation of filmmakers.
That's true. I do like cool. that. You know, you can't go on one of those sites like, you know, Netflix or something and see these films.
Right, exactly.
You know, they're amazing films, really artistic, juicy, yummy films, life-changing thought processes happening here. And you can't get them anyplace else.
Yeah, so whether you want to be inspired, whether you want to be challenged, whether you want to just have pure entertainment, we've got thought-provoking films, we've got entertaining films, comedies, Matthew Broderick's new film, new comedy, To Dust, a beautiful period piece called The Chaperone, starring Elizabeth Montgovern and Blythe Danner, some really, really, really great, rich films. films. We have 2 Academy Award nominees kicking off the festival, and that is Cold War, which is nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Foreign Language Film, and If Beale Street Could Talk. So those are going to be leading off the charge on Saturday, the 23rd of February, and it's just a really great way to start the week. We're very blessed, we're very fortunate that we've got such a great lineup, and we also have many of the other countries' official submissions to the Academy Awards. We've got from Italy, Dogman, I Am Not a Witch from the United Kingdom, Women at War from Iceland. So there's a lot of really wonderful things that almost made the Oscar cut, and we've got them in our film festival lineup.
Oh yeah, that's great, because the ones that almost made the cut are fantastic movies, well above that we just don't get a hold of.
That's right, exactly. So it's really wonderful. And we've got a great documentary lineup. I mean, everyone in the world should see Bathtubs over Broadway, a really, truly fun film about never before seen institutional tapes and things that Ford used to make and that GE used to make. And they had all these celebrities that would come and perform these Broadway-style musicals that they recorded and they used for their training sessions for their employees. So the public never saw these. These were very expensive, very lavish productions that were used in national training seminars, and they're hilariously funny. And you see so many celebrities that you know and recognize that got their start doing these institutional things. Very, very funny and entertaining. Wow. Really wonderful.
How fun.
Yeah, so it's
what
really...
What a great job
Yeah,
you have.
and the world, the Biggest Little Farm, the Biggest Little Farm is a beautiful, rich, Molly and John created this utopia in Ventura County, 200 acres, 10,000 orchard trees they planted, 200 different crops, and they've over 7 years, you watch them, their successes, their failures, their successes, their failures, and you are totally engrossed for 90 minutes. You will not think of anything else outside the world. It is amazing what these two accomplish, and how we can exist with nature and peacefully create this beautiful merging and this utopia that they were trying to get. Great, great film. A lot of great, wonderful things.
Oh my gosh. So 9 days, it starts February 23rd, runs through March 3rd.
Yes.
So opening gala this year.
Opening gala this year. We decided this year we wanted to honor the fact that Sedona and the Verde Valley have been so welcoming and have built our festival. You know, we know that it takes an audience to build our festival, sponsors, donors, members, and we are one of the largest member-based organizations in the area. And of course, we want to honor not only our 25 years and how we've grown in the 25 years, but we want to thank the community for those 25 years. So we're actually opening with a local film that was shot in the Verde Valley and Sedona in the village of Oak Creek called Room for Rent. 4 of the cast members are coming. Tommy Stovall and Mark Sterling, the filmmakers who live in Sedona, are going to be there. And we're going to launch it with a local film and celebrate Sedona and thank Sedona for making us so much part of their rich history. So it's really fantastic. So we've got celebrity guests coming in. Ed Asner, an unprecedented 5th time, is coming back to the festival. A great documentary made about his life and career. Ed Asner on stage and screen. Mariel Hemingway is coming back. She was an honoree with us before. Mackenzie Phillips is coming back. She's going to open the show with us and cut the ribbon with us. So a lot of great things. Billy Zane from Titanic. And yeah, I know, exactly. Billy Zane is in a new film called Lucid. We are his U.S. premiere, so he and the director are going to come and do a Q&A and celebrate with our audience. It's really going to be a really fun and very spectacular, very special festival.
That's great. Okay, let's get down to the dirty. Tickets.
That's right, tickets. People can go on to our website, sedonafilmfestival.org. They can get a ticket package or a platinum pass or a gold pass, or if they just want to dabble and try films, individual tickets are available for $15 for each film, and they can try a documentary, they can try a narrative feature, they can try some of our world cinema or a shorts program, and chances are they will run into filmmakers, celebrity guests. It's magical what happens, especially in the lobby of the theaters. That's where the magic happens. It really is fun hearing the buzz of what's exciting and what people like and what films they're clamoring for.
That's true. Now, don't wait to get your tickets.
That's right.
Definitely don't wait, because that's part of the fun of the festival is getting your tickets, because, you know, you sell out.
Absolutely. Yes, we're in 4 venues over at Harkins Sedona 6 theaters. We're in 4 of their 6 screens, and 2 of them are very small theaters, 72 seats, so they sell out very, very quickly. And then, of course, our home base, the Mary D. Fisher Theater, we have films there, and of course the Sedona Performing Arts Center, which is our big house. We call it the big house. 750 seats, and a lot of our celebrity events and bigger events go over there, so we're very excited about that.
Yes, I know. It's nice that you've spread yourself around.
Absolutely.
So there's lots of different places, because there's so much going on at one time. You know, it's like, I want to see this one and that one, and they're all playing at the same time, and how do you decide? And you just kind of got to throw a dart at the wall.
And you can't go wrong. This year there is just not a bad film in the lineup. And then even for music lovers, we've got 2 incredible music documentaries. Joni Mitchell's turned 75 in November. So we've got Joni 75, a birthday celebration. All of her famous friends, Graham Nash, James Taylor, Norah Jones, Emmylou Harris, they all gathered, many of them, performed her songbook with her in the audience. A great chorus at the end, and then of course Jimi Hendrix Experience, Electric Church, a great music doc and concert experience from Jimi Hendrix's 1970 performance at the Atlanta Pops Festival. So music lovers, movie lovers, you name it, we've got it at the Sedona Film Festival.
It's all covered. And you go to sedonafilmfestival.org, we can see everything, all the list of everything that's going on, when it's happening, the times it's happening, get your tickets online.
Absolutely.
Easy peasy. You want to pass, platinum, sterling, whatever you want to get, just a couple of films here and there, but definitely buy your tickets as soon as possible because everything's going to sell out. It always does, and you can't go wrong. You're absolutely right, Patrick.
It's really exciting.
Congratulations, 25 years.
Thank you. We're absolutely thrilled. We have free workshops happening for people on the mornings of the film festival over at Steakhouse 89, so we're real excited about that. So we're going to, if you want to come and learn about producing or women make movies or documentary movie making from A to Z, script from stage to, from paper to the screen, you name it, we've got it, and it's a really fun way. And that doesn't cost you anything. You just come over at 10 o'clock in the mornings at Steakhouse 89 and get a little bit behind the scenes.
Well, that's neat. Check out SedonaFilmFestival.org. Get more information if you need it. Patrick Schweiss, thank you for being here. We'll be right back with more of the Verde Valley Experience, so don't go away.
Fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles.
Mandalay Homes introduces the new Ion Series, a revolutionary new approach to home building innovation and energy management. Built on a foundation of industry-leading energy efficiency and sustainable building practices, the Ion Series home redefines how we use and manage renewable energy. Contact a Mandalay Home sales executive today to learn more, or visit one of our Ion Series communities throughout northern Arizona.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Cottonwood Public Library Manager Ryan Bigelow. We were saying in the opening, a bazillion different things happen at the library every week.
Right.
You probably don't know about them, but Ryan does.
For the most part, I'm here with my our quarterly library lines here, so this helps me try to juggle what exactly is going on, because we do such a variety of programs, and it's not just our staff. We invite community members to come in and do presentations and have conversations, so there's a wide variety of programs that happen. And I suggest for anybody to just kind of open up our library lines. We have these hard copy at the library. They're also online on our website at the ctwpl.info, and you can always look these up there. We update these monthly, and then we come out with a brand new one every quarter, so there's always something going on.
Yeah, and it's not a single sheet. It's about 12 pages. There's 12 pages here. And what's it, how to write a poem, the Smile Club, there's an app for that. Oh my gosh, what a fun club.
Yeah, well, can we talk about the app a little bit? So we have, people have asked me since I've been to the library what's going on? How do you do that? Libraries are going away, aren't they? And I promise you they're not. People are just using their public library a little bit differently these days. So we have a library app for Yavapai County. So your catalog is on your cell phone. So I like to say I'm a little bit impulsive when it comes to Amazon. I like to add to cart and buy. Now I just look it up on my smartphone and put a hold on it instead of, so I'm still getting that impulse taken care of, but I'm not spending as much money. Everything's free at the library. So I'm putting holds on things immediately as I think, oh, that's interesting, or oh, I should read that, or movies too. Movies are a big circulating item there. So we have an app for that. We also have apps for tablets and smartphones for reading books and or listening to books. I've been telling people I haven't read a book in a couple of years, but I've listened to more books in the last 6 months than I've ever read in a lifetime. So we have a Libby app for that.
Wow.
We're also engaging people on Facebook quite a bit. So if anybody looks up Cottonwood Public Library on Facebook and you want to know about what's happening here, if you're on the Facebook, definitely check out our Facebook page, because that has all of our most immediate updates.
Very fun.
Yeah, right.
And what we don't know about the libraries, you've got these little cozy rooms.
Right.
And that groups can sign up to meet in there. Someone that's got time to say, read to the children, read to the elderly, or help someone maybe with their English comprehension or with their Spanish comprehension.
Right. There's a wide variety. Just today we had Cottonwood Fire and Cottonwood PD in there. You know, they're just right across the street, so we had a story time, and the kids were doing a craft, and they made them for our local public safety people. I mean, how neat is that, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But there's healthcare. You know, healthcare is a big deal, always a big deal. We have a day where you can come in and ask a nurse, you know, free, just get some advice, and Ask a Nurse Day. All you need to know about hospice, just a 101, that's once a month. Very well attended things that, not always the most upbeat topics, but things that, you know, as we progress, we all want to talk about those
we need
things.
to know.
So there's yoga, Reiki, so another form of stretching and yoga. So you think about the library, you're not thinking about those types of activities, but we're full of them. Jackie, who runs our Reiki, has also got a group together called a community awareness group. So she's just trying to let people know, you know, how our local government works, keep people engaged, keep people involved. You know, this is, we're municipal government, and, you know, we're out in the community, and you can interact with your government officials, and you know, she's trying to encourage people to take advantage of that. So that's just a small smattering of what we have going on. Let me mention too, we have our seed library.
Yes.
So that's a seed exchange. You come in and grab some seeds, you grow them at home, and then when your plants have produced their own seeds, you come back and bring them back. So that started this last Saturday. That's a wildly popular program.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And we've adjusted it a little bit, so there's actually a little more interaction now. They can sit down and ask more questions, inquire.
Nice.
We have a lot of local, you know, green thumbs, but master gardeners, if you will, that really know what they're doing. And we're in a unique climate here where, you know, what works where I'm from in Oregon, it doesn't always work here in Arizona. So especially for folks coming from a different state, coming from out of town, it's really nice to get that local information of what works here and what doesn't.
Oh my gosh, I've taken part in the seed library. It's fantastic.
Right.
And it's nice to know that what comes in, someone has grown already here, they've been successful with it. And then there's someone to give you ideas on that. And then there's so much more.
Well, let's keep going here.
We can go for like an
how
hour.
much time do I have? Because I think we're dedicating an entire Inside Cottonwood to the Verde Valley Comic Expo, so I won't hit on that too much, but March 23rd, you know, we have local vendors come out and artists, and we talk comics. People get dressed up. You know, you might see the Ghostbusters there. So that's another event that you're probably not thinking about libraries when you're thinking comics and comic expos. Computer classes are big for us right now. Adult digital literacy is going to be one of our priorities moving forward. We've got a Windows computer class coming up. That's once a week, and we work a different part of computers and Windows specifically. We are partnering with the Goodwill to do a digital skills course. This is all free. And what's happening there is I've seen local business people in the community who just know that their business needs to move online and work online and work with a computer, and they're coming in and just enhancing those skills and making sure they're as efficient, as effective as possible. So anybody from has never touched a computer before to, hey, I have it pretty much down, but I want to improve. The Goodwill's helping out with that. They get a certification at the end to be able to prove that they know what it is they're talking about.
Wow.
So we have online classes, universal class, that's on our website, over 500 courses, free certifications for. So anything from Google Analytics to if you want to do Excel spreadsheets a little bit better. So there's everything. So we want to make sure that our employers in town know, that if they have employees who they'd like to see improve or, take them to the next level, we have a lot of free resources for that. So
yeah, and you've mentioned that word a couple of times, free. All the things that we've been talking about, all the things that are in there are free.
I am a horrible salesman. So this was a good fit for me at the library. So I don't have to sell anything. I am just promoting free, and that's helpful for me, and it's helpful for this. Everybody in this community can use it. You don't just because it's free doesn't mean it's not quality too.
Right.
There's some really quality programs. What's not free is college. Our 501c3 nonprofit, the Friends of the Library, the Bookmarks, they have introduced a $1,000 a year scholarship for kids in the Verde Valley. So if the library is not doing it, the Bookmarks is there to support us, and we're trying to expand into the community and give more kids the opportunity to attend college. So $1,000 a year from our Bookmarks is coming out.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, go to ctwpl.info, Cottonwood Public Library. Check out the library lines. I'm going to snag that from you. Aha! Hard copies available at the library, digital copies available online. Really cool. That's how I read this. So that's how I read it all the time. It's really great. We don't have any more time, so we can't go through all of these things. Learn to play, internet, interesting things, group, artists, corner, gum disease awareness. Wow! Free! Check it out. Ryan, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Keep up the great work.
We will.
We'll be right back, so don't go away.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
Mandalay Homes introduces the new Ion series, a revolutionary new approach to home building innovation and energy management. Built on a foundation of industry-leading energy efficiency and sustainable building practices, the Ion series home redefines how we use and manage renewable energy. Contact a Mandalay Home sales executive today to learn more, or visit one of our Ion series communities throughout northern Arizona.
Welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Dr. Cheryl Kasdorf. She's from Toastmasters of Cottonwood. She's the president for the 2018-2019 year. Thank you for being here, Dr. Cheryl.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you can tell when you see a Toastmaster person, you can tell because their posture is always so great.
Well, thank you.
You're easy to spot in a crowd. Big bright eyes, big open smile, great posture, and not one that's a stressed posture, a very at ease. And I can look at you, and I can look at pretty much anyone that has gone to Toastmasters regularly and see how at ease they are in their own skin being in public, which is an amazing skill.
And I've needed practice to get here. I wasn't like this in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was about 3 years ago.
All right, just 3 years. Oh, that's great. So tell us a little bit about your personal experience, how you got into Toastmasters. Let's start there.
Yes, I have a naturopathic medical practice, and I've been wanting to take it to a different level to reach more people. And my business coach recommended that I join Toastmasters to develop my speaking skills. Because these days, it's a lot about videos. Putting videos on my website, on YouTube, communicating through videos, and I just was not comfortable doing that. And so I wanted to build the skill and confidence to be able to do that. And right now, I'm about to launch an app with a bunch of videos as well as other content.
Fantastic. That's great. Okay, so tell us about Toastmasters. As far, it's been around for quite a long time. This is not a new thing.
Yeah, in the 1920s, Ralph Smedley introduced it. He was trying to get a group of young men to be involved in the community, develop their skills, become leaders. And it's spread throughout the world now.
Yeah, no, we've got several different groups located in the Verde Valley. Of course, we've got the Sedona one, we've got the Cottonwood one. I'm sure there's more others as well. And what I like, we were talking earlier, that members can float back and forth.
Right, you can visit any club. You can also have dual membership, which I do. Yeah.
Now that's really neat. Now, why did you do that?
Because it's a different flavor of people, and I get different feedback. Yeah.
Huh. Now, I know one thing when I see the sign Toastmasters, you know, here tonight, Toastmasters, what comes to mind, of course, is the best man at the wedding.
Right.
But that's not what this is about.
No, there's maybe one speech where you give a toast.
Yeah.
No, it's more about developing our communication skills, because that's so important on one-to-one and getting along with people in a family, at your workspace. And it's also about leadership. That evolves naturally from being in Toastmasters and participating in the activities.
That's true. I have seen folks that started out, and I've seen them start out and who they were when they started out. Wonderful people, but perhaps a little shy, perhaps some fear of speaking. So for folks that have that for them, they may be a little intimidated to go to a group and then be forced to do such a thing. How does Toastmasters gently guide people into creating more confidence in communication?
Well, first of all, you can just come and observe any meetings for as long as you want. There's no pressure to join. When you join, you get the benefit of being able to be guided by the projects in Toastmasters and fulfill functionary duties, which is other opportunities to speak in the meeting besides having a prepared speech. We also provide mentors for each new person so that there's one-on-one guidance. But there's a lot of resources in terms of, there's an international website that guides you through your projects with tons of resources, videos, articles. But it's the one-on-one personal mentoring that really softens the getting into it. Yeah.
For sure. So that's nice to know we can go, we can observe, we're not going to be shoved into something there. And then once we do choose to join, there's a lot of benefits to that.
Exactly.
And the mentorship is huge. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's meetings on Mondays from noon to 1 at the Cottonwood Village on East Mingus.
Right, that's where our Cottonwood meetings are meeting, and it's every Monday except for major holidays, you know, like 4th of July, Christmas, New Year's.
Right, whenever they fall, you know, Labor Day and all that and stuff when that happens. Now there's an open house coming on February 25th.
Exactly.
So what happens at the open house?
We've shortened the meeting. It's going to be a mini meeting, that's our theme, so that people can get an idea of what we do during a meeting, see all the speeches, the functionaries, as well as have time to ask questions and just get more comfortable with what might happen if they would join.
That's very nice. Now that's happening, where is that open house happening?
That is happening where we always have the meetings, at Cottonwood Village.
At the Cottonwood Village, okay. Is that happening at the same time, noon to 1?
Right. It's the open house is a regular meeting that we shortened and invited everybody. We're inviting so many people from around. Even Ryan said, "Oh, I'll check it out, and I'll come or I'll send somebody."
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when we decide, okay, I want to be part of this, I want to really get involved, and I want to get the benefit of it, what do we have to do? What does that involve?
Well, there is a fee for 6 months. It's $63, which is very reasonable.
Yeah.
And then you can get all the information to start on your pathway. So a pathway is a guided tutoring through developing skills. You start with your first speech. It's called an icebreaker, where you just tell a little bit about yourself. Just because you know about yourself, that's a more comfortable subject to start with. But then there are different pathways that lead you to different goals. I'm doing the presentation mastery pathway right now, which is about developing your skills for doing speeches.
Very nice. Now, who should or could benefit from becoming a Toastmaster?
I think anybody who wants to get along with other people better, because it develops communication skills. Anybody who wants to laugh, because we have fun and tell jokes. Anybody who wants to take more responsibility for their leadership. So leadership is not just, you know, the president of something. People lead in their families. They lead in the workplace. They lead in their community.
Yeah.
And so it happens naturally by going to Toastmasters and developing the skills that happen there.
Well, certainly. I can see that as a parent, learning to communicate on a different level with those in your family member.
Right.
As an employee, learning to communicate with the other people you work with and your boss. Perhaps even in the service industry, learning to communicate with your customers better. As a business person, or just even in a marriage, I can see that this is going to benefit everybody in every way.
Yeah, because it's as much about listening as it is about speaking.
Excellent. So the open house is happening on February 25th from noon to 1 at Cottonwood Village on East Mingus. Of course, they meet on Mondays. If you want to get involved, you can go online, cottonwoodtm.toastmasters.org. If you go there, it's going to have all the great information that you're going to need and how to get involved. And just drop by a meeting. As Dr. Cheryl said, no pressure.
Right, you can drop by any meeting.
I like that. That's great. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it, and you're a wonderful representative for Toastmasters of Cottonwood. So.
Thank you.
CottonwoodTM.toastmasters.org. Check it out. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here at the Verde Valley Archaeology Center. We have the Executive Director, Ken Zoll, joining us here in the brand new Yavapai-Apache Nation exhibit.
That's right.
Gorgeous, Ken.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow, so what did you have to go through to make this beautiful little room with this wonderful display?
Well, we did have other material in here that was seldom visited, and so we thought, well, we have to do something with this site. So when we received the grant to do the Yavapai-Apache exhibit, we always had something here from the nation, but we wanted to beef it up a lot. So working with the cultural directors for Yavapai and Apache, we came up with this idea. And so we redid this particular space. This used to be a window that we're standing back here, and we blocked that window in, and you'll see there's grass cloth surrounding us, and that was intentional because they lived in wickiups, which were primarily made of grass material. And we wanted to kind of give somewhat of a feel of walking into a wickiup when we come into this space. So that's pretty much how it started, and we worked with, as I said, the cultural directors as to what we should display, and the diorama and the material that we present in the exhibit all was cleared by the nation.
Very good. Now, when we think of Native American exhibits in museums, pottery always comes to mind. The interesting thing about the Yavapai-Apaches, they didn't deal with pottery. They did basket work.
That's right, because they were very mobile, and so they pretty much were hunter-gatherers right into the 19th century, where they would travel and follow the game or whatever was budding at the time. And so they needed to be very mobile. And so rather than pottery, they became experts at basketry. And so that's why we have a number of basketry pieces in here, because that pretty much represents their cultural legacy.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, and one of the other interesting things that I didn't mention to you earlier, you will never ever find Yavapai or Apache baskets that's dated before 1875. And the reason is that when someone would die, they would burn not only the body, but all their possessions, including all their baskets. Oh, wow. And so if somebody tries to sell you a basket from the 1700s, it's a fraud. So the only time you find these baskets, like the one we have on display, were when they were forced marched to the San Carlos Reservation. They needed to make some money, and so they started to make baskets for the purpose of selling it. And so the ones that we have here primarily started off as sale items for the most part, except for the two that we have here from the Yavapai-Apache Nation. Those are some of their older cultural pieces. But that's an interesting little known fact about their basketry.
That's true. So we'll find nothing before 1875.
That's right.
Okay. I do love these baskets over here that you have, particularly the water-carrying vessel. I've never seen one of those, and I think that's fascinating.
They're pretty rare. Again, they traveled, and when you look in the museum here or other places, you'll find these huge pots or oyas that they would use to collect water, and kind of like a community jug. Well, because the Yavapai or Apache were always traveling, they couldn't carry these big, heavy, ceramic vessels, and so they made baskets, and then they covered them with some sort of pitch that would make them watertight. So we have a large one over here on display that basically is what would have been kind of a community vessel, and then over on the baskets area behind us, we have a little small canteen, which is the same thing. Somebody would fill it up for a day trip and take that with them. So they were just as smart and just as resourceful, as the Puebloan people as well. So
it's an amazing exhibit here. One of the things that's interesting that a lot of people will go, oh, wait a minute, is when we look on this basket directly behind us, there's symbolism in this that went a little awry in the time
over time.
History, yes.
Yes, they are swastikas that are on there, and we get a lot of comments about them, and we purposely wanted to put that one in there. We could have left it off, but we wanted to be able to explain swastikas were a very, very ancient symbol. Actually started with the Mississippian cultures and eventually spread east and west, and basically it's the symbol of the rotating sun or life, and so they're very positive symbols. But obviously, unfortunately, when the Nazis came along and they took that image, it's a little bit on the reverse that they used it, but it's so similar that art dealers in the 1920s and 30s started telling Native Americans to never use that symbol again because nobody would buy anything with it. Right. And so it became kind of a no-no to put on anything new. So when you find these baskets like this that have that symbol on it, it's at least prior to 1930. So for a fact it's going to be older. So it's a shame, but because it's a nice symbol and it has very positive meanings, but that's what happened.
History changes everything.
That's right.
For sure. One of the neat things that I like about the museum, plus, you're always changing things.
That's right.
Every time I come in here, I'm like, wow, this is new. You've rearranged your gift shop over there, and you have somewhat of an art gallery now, which I love. We do. Well, we've always had art from Paul Dyke, which is our main exhibit area over here. He was a painter, very prolific, and the family had given us 3 original oils, and we did an exhibit last September for about 3 months. It was kind of a retrospective on Paul Dyke paintings, so we actually got 3 additional paintings from the family loaned. So we had about 6 paintings, and it went over really, really well. People were coming in just to see the art, and they just looked around the museum and said, oh, this is kind of nice. I came here for the art, but the rest of it is pretty nice. So when that closed down, we thought, well, when we get the opportunity, let's kind of create an area for some art. And so we still have one of Paul Dyke's paintings up there, but we have a number of pieces that are actually for sale from local artists. We have Earl Carpenter,
He's a very famous Grand Canyon painter. We have 2 of his paintings. He lives in Rimrock. And so they're here on display and for sale. And we have a couple Native American pieces as well that are up for sale. So it just kind of gives the museum a little different look, expand it. So when we eventually, cross our fingers, build our new museum, we'll have a much larger art area among the galleries.
Well, I highly recommend doing that. The art is exquisite, of course, the different examples, and I love the Grand Canyon art as well.
Oh,
And
yes.
it's fun that it's for sale. Where do you go to a museum where something on the wall, or in a case, is for sale? You know, that's not in the gift shop. That's amazing. And another thing about shopping at the museum, by the way, you won't pay tax. So if you're buying something as a $7,000 painting, that saves you some decent money.
That's right.
You know, when you want to go shopping for a gift, come here.
Thank you very much.
Now, speaking of coming here, Verde Valley Archaeology Center, you guys are open Tuesday through Friday?
Tuesday through Saturday,
Tuesdays through Saturday.
10 to 4. And we will open other days by appointment for groups. So, for example, the Paul Dyke exhibit, we have a lot of textile material in there, and we rotate that, by the way, every 6 months. So the textiles, if you've been here 6, 7 months ago, the new textiles we have today are totally different. So when you talk about changing, yes, textiles are changed often. And we get a lot of textile or fiber art clubs that want to come in and get a special exhibit of or showing just of some of the textile material. So we'll open up on a day we're closed. Or another group will say, well, I want to bring, I've got a family reunion coming in on Sunday. Can we get in there? And so we'll open up for that kind of thing. So yeah, we're pretty flexible.
Well, that's good to know. And
Yes.
how about the admission? What's the price of admission these days?
Oh, a big whopping $0.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Free.
Free.
How is that possible?
Well, the building is actually owned by the town of Camp Verde, and we have a very nice lease arrangement with them. And part of that is to encourage people to come into Camp Verde, see what there is to offer, and so therefore we're not allowed to charge for admission. But we have a donation box, and that's always welcomed.
There you go. If you feel the need to give, there's a box here. You can do that. Check out verdevalleyarchaeology.org. If you go there, the website's beautiful. It has information on all the different displays, on the artwork, on Ken himself, fascinating man, everything that's going on in here, of course. Hours, how you can get in touch with him. If you want to make a reservation to have your family reunion, come in and look at textiles. That's
right.
Man.
That's right.
Ken, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure.
And keep up the good work. The museum is amazing.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
Say you love me now, not who I could be someday. If you're gonna say you need me, gotta stay on rainy days, not just sunny. If you're gonna say you wanna give me everything, you've gotta give me all your love and not hold back a thing. Baby, I need you to love me the way I'm gonna love you every day, through all the pleasure. I need you to love me. gonna say you love me, gotta give me reasons why. 'Cause baby, I need to know you really love me, and not just the idea or fantasy. If you're gonna say you wanna give me everything, you've gotta give me all your love and not hold back a thing. Baby, I need you to love me the way I'm gonna love you every day, through all the pleasure, pain, sunshine and rain. Baby, it takes love to give love, and I wanna give you all of my love, give you everything. Everything. You get the best of me. No one else gets this love or sees this side of me. I let my guard down, let you into my heart. Now there's nobody but you, baby. I need you to love me the way I'm gonna love you every day, through all the pleasure, pain, sunshine and rain. Baby, it takes love to give love, and I wanna give you all of my love, give you everything. Everything.
Very nice. That's so beautiful.
Thanks.
Little Panda, everyone. Oh, I love that. That was a great song.
Thank you.
When did you write that? How old is that one?
I wrote that one probably about 6 months ago.
Ah, a fresh one.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Oh, I love the fresh ones. I loved the lyrics, especially the part, love me for who I am and not who I'm going to be.
Yeah.
That's such a big part of love. People look at people and go, oh, and they see possibilities. I know that's been one of my faults. I see the possibility of the person,
Right.
And then they don't live up to that. So if you
Yeah.
can love the person in the now, who for they are, it's just amazing. So great advice from such a young
Thank you.
person. Such great love advice. You should
Thanks.
listen to this young lady.
Thank you.
Wow, too cool. All right, so give us a little background. Who is Little Panda? I know we had you on the show a couple of years ago. You've grown quite a bit since then, but you're going to have to refresh us.
Okay, well, who is Little Panda? I'm a musician, an artist, a singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
I love making things, like all kinds of things.
Oh.
So painting and
Sure.
stuff. I
Your-
painted
your
this.
guitar is gorgeous.
Thank you. I wasn't very sure about it. I felt like once it was all done and painted, I was like, I don't know, maybe it's a bit much, but
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect for you. And there's texture in there where you can really see that you are an artist. It's wonderful that you can do both. You can do the visual arts and you can also do the auditory arts, which are far more difficult. And so there's a wonderful array of talent in you, which I really like. And there's texture on this. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a work of art, this guitar.
Thank
is
you.
really, really quite gorgeous. Just like your music. Your voice is so lovely. Your style is lovely. Have you always performed with that style, or do you think that you've changed over the years?
I honestly don't even know what my style is. I just sing, and I think it's probably changed slowly into whatever it is now, which I'm not really sure what that is, because I am me and I just kind of live with it. I don't really know. I don't know.
Sure. No, that's great. But see, that's nice about you because that makes you genuine. You're not saying, well, I use this person and that person, I go off of this person, I'm kind of like that person, and you take from other people and create your own style, which is nothing wrong with that. But you are just like, I'm me. This is it. So there you go. The style is me. I love that because I do the same thing. So I think that's great. What drives you to make music?
know, I just really like it. And when I'm not making it, I get sad.
Well, there you go.
So I just keep on making it.
Well, that's great. It brings you joy, which is wonderful.
And it makes other people really happy too. So it's like a bonus, you know?
Sure.
So.
Well, that's fun. Now, I know that as a performing artist, you have a lot of music online. And if we go to littlepandamusic.com, we can find that there. Is that truly the best way to find your music? Just go to your website.
Yeah, it's kind of like the little, everything can be found there. It's probably the easiest way.
Sure. The Nexus, the supernova of Little Panda, is available online at littlepandamusic.com. Now, what have you got coming up? What are you working on?
Well, I've been working on a new music video, and I'm about to release it in probably the next few days.
Ooh.
I think.
Okay.
It might be like a week, but it might be a few days.
Okay.
It might be a month, but it's probably a week or a few days.
Doing a little tweaking.
Yes.
Make sure it's just perfect. Really suits who you are. Well, that's exciting. A new music video. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. How many do we have already on the website? Do you know? Numerous.
I think I probably have about like 50 music videos on my YouTube, and that's not counting the ones that I've set to private.
Right. There's copious amounts of videos, which is great. You know, it's like, oh, I have 3. Like, no, for like 50 some odd, plus the new one that's coming out. So that's exciting. And it's a neat way to do music. So it's, you know, instead of going out and doing, you know, open mics in coffee houses and playing the wineries, you're like, no, I'm going music videos. And that's art. Therein comes your artistic creativity to create that, because now you're throwing the visuals in there as well.
Thank you.
So that's really neat.
I really like that outlet. I was never really into playing at coffee houses or anything like that because there's so much noise around, and I'm like, I can't even hear myself. And what is it called when you learn how to play by ear?
Sure.
Instead of, you know, learning how to read music, and it's so I have to be able to hear myself, otherwise it doesn't work.
That makes sense. So when you create a music video, do you use a team, or are you doing all this yourself?
In the past, usually I do it myself. I like set up a camera. Every once in a while, I have a friend who helps me out, and that's always nice. But people are busy and stuff, you know.
Of course.
But this last music video, it was like the biggest team, I think, which is like 4 people have been working on it. Oh wait, no, just 3. Okay, 3.
Okay. And that's pretty awesome, though. That's several people, so that's good.
It's nice and cozy.
Okay. And it's a new song as well?
Yeah.
It's in video. Oh, okay.
It's kind of electronic.
Ooh. Something a little different and interesting.
Yes.
How fun. That's cool. What was the last song that you played called?
That song was called If You're Gonna.
Okay, cool. So if we go online to littlepandamusic.com, we can see that title if we want to see the video to that.
Actually, that song is secret and unreleased.
That's even cooler. Thank you for playing that for us.
You're welcome. I'll be releasing it probably very soon.
Okay, well that's really neat. The next song that you're going to play, is it one that we can see the music video to, or is this a super secret?
It's also a secret one.
Super secret!
I've been like in my cave making stuff, and it's all just about to be put out there.
Wow.
So
there's this big wave that's about to
Yeah.
Crest out with all this creativity and stuff for you. Wow, it's like your year then, huh? Yeah. That's cool. Well, it sounds like it. You've got all this stuff ready to flow on out.
It's been marinating for a while. So.
Oh, there you go. Well, good. Yeah. It's your time to get it out. So we have to keep tabs on your website to check out what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, are you on any Spotify or iTunes or anything like that if we wanted to purchase it and carry it around in our MP3 player?
I'm on Bandcamp and Spotify and iTunes.
All right.
And like most of all those places.
Well, sweet. So if we type in Little Panda, up you pop.
Yep.
Awesome. Great. What's the title of the next song? The super secret one.
This song is called Life is More Beautiful.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for being on this show. It's such a pleasure to have you again.
Thank you so much.
We'll check out littlepandamusic.com. Thank you so much for watching the Verde Valley Experience. Always a pleasure to have you join us as well. You can watch the show again and again and again if you go to verdevalleytv.com. You can check us out on YouTube. Check us out on our Facebook page. Good stuff like that. And I'll see you again next time.
wouldn't be the same if you weren't here right beside me. And I would never change a thing about us. Doesn't matter where we go, doesn't matter what we do. All that matters is me and you. Life is more beautiful when I'm around you. The sun shines brighter and the sky is more blue. And we've got all of the time in the world. You've got me, and I've got you. You've got me, and I've got you. You get me, I get you. We go together perfectly, it's true. You make me smile, bring me up when I'm down, and I hold you while you feel all alone. Doesn't matter where we go, doesn't matter what we do. All that matters is me and you. Life is more beautiful when I'm around you. The sun shines brighter and the sky is more blue. And we've got all of the time in the world. You've got me, and I've got you. You've got me, and I've got you. We can go anywhere we wanna go. We can do anything we wanna do, as long as you're with me and I'm with you. Life is more beautiful, you know it's true. Life is more beautiful when I'm around you. The sun shines brighter and the sky is more blue. And we've got all of the time